Atkore, most traders read this chart wrong. One level decides it, trust or trap, not investment advice. Atkore daily chart. It already swung up 24.2% inside this window, and most people are reading it wrong. So is this a move you can trust or a trap? One level decides it, and it is already on this chart. This window has a high and a low. One number between them matters more than both. Atkore opened this window around 75.35. From there, it rallied up 24.2% to the high near 93.6. Then a pullback carved out the low near 67.5. And here is that number. It is holding 100% of that range. Buyers still own the upper half. But charts do not move on their own. Look at what just happened here. This is not a random candle. Something changed underneath. It just cleared its 60-day high on 5.8 times normal volume. That is a structural change. How unusual? Put it next to the S&P. Same window, side by side. The S&P did up 6.5%. Atkore did up 24.1%. That is a 17.6-point gap. Strength against the benchmark is information. Now the structure underneath. Zoom out first. The weekly decides whether any of this matters. On the weekly, the higher time frame is up. Zooming into the daily, the 6-month trend is up. Down on the 7-day chart, price keeps bouncing between the same floor and ceiling. So every time frame points the same way. The uptrend is aligned. Direction we have, now the levels that actually matter. Here is the catch. There is no clean impulse to retrace. This is a range, so Fibonacci would just be lines floating in the noise. The levels that actually matter are the edges of the range. Resistance on top, support underneath. A close beyond either one is what actually decides it. We know where, but is there fuel, momentum? The RSI on the daily candles. It sits near 73, in overbought territory. Hot, but in a strong trend, it can stay overbought for a while. The slope matters. Rising RSI confirms buyers. 50 is the line between up and down. One gauge can fool you, second opinion. That is where the MACD comes in. The histogram is positive. Rising green bars, momentum building. When both agree, the signal is stronger. Every piece is on the table, so how does this actually play out? 3 ways this resolves. Bull case, it holds this base and grinds back up. The old highs are too far away to call a level. Base case, it chops inside the range while the market makes up its mind. Bear case, it loses 67.5. Below that, the setup is invalid, no excuses. Which one is it? Back to the question. So trust or trap? Over the past 3 months, Atkore closed up 24.1%. Structure, the golden pocket, and momentum all line up. That is the side you can trust for now. That is the read. Drop a coin for the next one. That is the week. A fresh board and a new name on top are coming. Subscribe so you do not miss which one.